I have been married for 51 years. Got 2 sons, 42 and 40. Them deadbeats. I'm still supporting the little boogers. Needed to take a test to see if any of us had a kidney good enough for my brother. Found out something interesting.
Okay, not letting out the cat out of the basket, but this gentleman right here has been married for over half a century, raising 2 sons who apparently are not his own flesh and blood. Can you believe that? 51 years of marriage, and he finds out his boys might not be his own. Now, that's a tough pill to swallow. You can tell from this gentleman's face, he is drained out.
They ain't my kids. They're somebody else's. Of course, the only good thing is, I know it's not my fault that those 2 idiots got dumped into this world. Hell, I thought they took after their mother. Instead, they take after the plumber or the postman or the milkman, or, yeah, they were milkmen back when they came around. I mean, God only knows. It sure gets old. I do wish I knew who the real fathers were, and they ain't the same. She was bopping a couple of different guys. But if I could figure out who they were, I've been practicing law long enough that I pretty well figure I could sue their ass and get all my money back that I sunk into those 2 deadbeats. It just chaps my ass
Whoa.
that she couldn't tell me. I'd probably forgiven her. Maybe not. You know how it is. Hell, boys, y'all need to go get your own paternity test. You can't tell by looking who's the daddy, unless you're looking down at the genetic level.
Yep.
I've been in court thousands of times in paternity suits, and 4 out of 5 times, guy says he ain't the daddy, he's right.
This is
And the
heartbreaking.
genetic test is the only way to prove it for
Whoa.
sure. These women are hopping everything that looks fun. You
Whoa.
thought you liked sex. You ain't nothing. Well, I guess that pretty well completes that story. I'll go home, start drafting up some divorce papers, see if I can't get free of that crazy bitch. I mean, I stayed with her for the sake of the children and the grandchildren, now the great-grandchildren. But they ain't no kin of mine. Fuck 'em.
Wow. This poor man. He's been shelling out his support for these two fellas, thinking they are his own kin, only to find out they might be the offspring of maybe the plumber, the postman, or heck, even the milkman. It's not funny. You remember those milkmen? Classic, right? Considering his age. When he was a little younger, perhaps those milkmen were coming around. But well, I have to hand it to him. He's handling this with a bit of humor, talking about suing for his heart and money back. And I mean, who wouldn't be ticked off, right? But he's also dropping some wisdom here about paternity tests. 4 out of 5 times, the guy who denies being the daddy turns out to be right. Wow. It's like he's been through it all. It's unbelievable. It's no coincidence. And would you look at that? He's even contemplating a divorce now, and he's going to file, put up some divorce papers. After all those years, it's like he's done his time, and now he's ready to cut ties with the crazy train. I can't say I blame him. What will you do in his situation? It's really heartbreaking. But, well, that's life for us all. Anyway, sometimes, like he said, he sticks around for the kids, for the sake of the kids and the grandkids. But when the great grandkids come into play, well, all the bets are off. So, yeah. When I came across this video, I couldn't believe it. 51 years of marriage? Do you know what that means in this day and age? Or even in the previous generation? That's like 0.5% of all marriages that have lasted that long. Nowadays, they say 50 to 60% of marriages last just 2 to 3 years, and most of it, about 30%, first 6 months. This guy has been rocking it for 51 years, and he got that, that wife of his, I don't want to call names, who went outside and got 2 kids that are not his, and she's been there comfortably, very comfortable, for 51 years, knowing that these kids are not this gentleman's kids. Oh, how will you call that? Selfish? Wickedness? I mean, it's got so many names. How could this lady sit tight in this marriage for 51 years knowing that? It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. And perhaps, I guess, the man may have seen some signs, but he ignored them. Anyway, he saw them. Those kids are knuckleheads. They are deadbeats. So he was thinking like, oh, perhaps they got those traits from the mother's side. But he was wrong. But at least he noticed something was off. It could not be from him. He noticed something, but he didn't look further until coincidentally everything came out to light when his brother needed a kidney and they had to do the test. Yeah, that's how life plays out sometimes for you to find out the truth. But I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section, what you think about what this guy is been through. And what would you do in this situation after 51 years? Are you going to follow on the divorce, or you just forgive and forget and just leave things the way they are? But in my personal opinion, considering those 2 kids are not, they are deadbeats, this man does not want anything to do with them. And I don't blame him. So it's what it is. Thanks for tuning in. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is the OB Podcast. See you next time. Cheers.